Welcome into the channel, everyone. It's Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight. Everything is happening. We're going to start off with this little teaser trailer to get you guys excited for this brand new revolution in basically everything. Everything's being reset. So let's get into it.
Over the past year, the world has witnessed remarkable growth in the crypto industry. The market cap has doubled. Searches for how to buy crypto hit an all-time high just recently. Bitcoin continues to break records, and institutional money is flooding in. It's no longer just your crypto enthusiasts driving this movement. Crypto is entering the mainstream. We are on the cusp of adoption at a massive scale, and Trusted Smart Chain is leading the way. The journey here wasn't random. In 2008, the global banking crisis shook trust in centralized institutions. This crisis led to the birth of Bitcoin in 2009. Offering a decentralized alternative. Then, in 2015, Ethereum introduced smart contracts, paving the way for decentralized finance, apps, and NFTs. These innovations transformed industries and set the stage for the next great paradigm shift, the tokenization of real-world assets. What is tokenization of RWAs? It's the process of turning tangible assets, like real estate, art, or commodities, into digital tokens on a blockchain. And it's big. In 2021, the market was valued at $2.4 billion. Within the next 5 years, it's projected to reach as much as $16 trillion. But as promising as this is, challenges remain. Valuation discrepancies, misrepresentation, rug pulls, hype and speculation, high fees. These issues have plagued the industry, creating barriers to trust and mainstream adoption. That's where Trusted Smart Chain comes in. We're solving these problems by establishing a universal framework for tokenization. Every real-world asset will align with the SEC as an investment. This means upfront audits, full transparency with asset statements and P&L reports, and a commitment to trust and integrity. At Trusted Smart Chain, we're shifting the industry from hype and speculation to tangibility and substance. The future of crypto depends on utility and solving real problems, and Trusted Smart Chain is paving the way. At the heart of our ecosystem are our node operators. Nodes facilitate transactions on our blockchain, ensuring a safe and secure network. In return, operators earn daily digital rewards. This isn't just about supporting infrastructure. It's about unlocking financial opportunities. When you become a node operator, you also join the Trusted Society, an exclusive community offering access to education, networking, and global events with like-minded innovators. We know there are many good people who want to improve their situation in life. Abundance makes good people better. And with Trusted Smart Chain, we're creating an ecosystem built on trust, transparency, and opportunity. The future of crypto is here. The future is tangible. The future is Trusted Smart Chain. Take action today for an abundant tomorrow.
Man, so much is going on, guys. This is literally the best time to be alive. There's so much innovation happening. Luckily, we have Ricardo Hamilton here, Mims, to make it make sense. So much is going on in the market today, brother. How are you? Awesome time with you down in Cancun, but now it's back to work.
Yeah. Turn up, man. Fired up and excited as always. Hey, we had a great time at Cancun, brother. And man, everything's just falling into place. You know what I'm saying? Those who are patient, you know what I'm saying, the ones who are rewarded, you know, for their patience, and everything is falling in place, and fired up and excited as always. Yeah, T7X folks, get ready. Right around the corner. A couple of days left to launch, man. This is a good time.
So the shakeout continues. The biggest shakeout in history in the crypto markets right now is what I believe is happening, because we're going to show you guys evidence today how all of the major institutions, all of the big players are buying up as much crypto right now as they can, where sadly a lot of the retail and normal people have left because the price started to go down. So that's the last thing you guys want to do. Obviously, we talk about this all the time. Buy red, sell green. When you see this happening, to me, this is us having a second chance at getting cryptos that we love at a discount, because they're here to stay. We're going to show you guys that here in a minute. But Mims, we got to talk about gold going over 3,000 really quick. I mean, what gets you excited about that while I go ahead and pull up this next clip?
Yeah, man, we've been telling people for years now, okay? Gold, okay? Get gold, get silver, but gold, I mean, right now, God's money, constitutional money, Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, money all around the world. And we're seeing, obviously, central banks, obviously, buying more gold than they ever have in any time period in history. What we're seeing is the dollar losing value. That's why gold is rising, as there's more global uncertainty, as there's more inflation. um, you know, Gold is that hedge against that, and it's real money. It has value all over the world, and so yeah, I mean, gold over $3,000 is a sign. It's an inevitability. We knew this was coming. And for those who are saving in gold and these assets, we're excited, because we have our value, that we work for, our money in the right form of money. But for those who are not saving in gold and silver, who don't have real money, it should be a sign to them that they need to, one, get it, but also that there's some trouble ahead in the economy and that the dollar is going to continue to lose purchasing power and status, and they need to get some real money. But yeah, I mean, gold is going much higher
Yeah,
than $3,000 an
I'm
ounce.
hearing we could hit 5 grand pretty quickly.
Well, I put out the video, I don't know how long ago, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month ago. But I told you I had an insider that I know, that I met in Belize, and they told me that they're going to reevaluate the price of gold here in like July, somewhere around July. And she said anywhere from I think it was like 10 to 20, 50 to 70, or in a high 100 to $200,000 an ounce. So we will see a revaluation of gold when Elon and Trump audit was in Fort Knox, okay, and because right now the gold is still valued at like $35 an ounce, or I don't know, 50 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, so we will. All they got to do is reevaluate the asset at a higher price, and it can help. In regards to our debt situation, counter that, by reevaluating the asset higher. So I think gold is definitely going higher. We know that they've been rigging and manipulating the precious metals market for decades. Okay, these assets are worth more because the dollar has lost way more in purchasing power. They've printed, what is it, 60% of all currency, if not greater, in the last 4 or 5 years or so. Just massive fraud and manipulation in the system. So we will see gold go north of 10,000 easy.
And that was a perfect setup for what we're going to talk about next, Ricardo, because again, guys, we live in a world that is just completely fake. The financial world is built on a top of just lies, right? So we have stocks that are in dark pools where huge hedge funds are shorting. That's why I think right now crypto prices are down, because the people who control the strings want to shake you out of your orders. And that's why they crash this price before we really take off and all the institutions come in and all the governments. So we're going to get into that here a little bit. But this video sums it up. This is one of the real world assets we're bringing on chain with Trusted Smart Chain to verify, improve, have real audits, know how many tokens there are, so companies don't have to go to Wall Street and play in their rigged system. So this was Travis up in Canada last week with Nick to explain why a business owner wants to tokenize their assets.
And I think this is an important part for our community to understand.
Yep.
You are tokenizing,
Yes.
essentially to raise capital,
Yep.
so that you can continue to expand your operations.
Right.
And that is the reason why somebody might want to tokenize. And that process is much smoother, eliminates the red tape as opposed to going to venture capital or trying to go public. It's an easier process.
More transparent.
All right. So before Nick talks about that, I just want to set the scene here. So this is up in Canada. Nick owns 3 different grow areas where they do medical grade cannabis. One is in Oklahoma that we visited. This one is in Canada. There's another one in Michigan that I'm going to go and try to see next week. So again, normally they would have to go to venture capital and, kind of deal with that world and all the risk and issues there. or they would have to go public on the NASDAQ. So I want to hear you guys to hear from a business owner saying why they are going the way of tokenizing with real world assets on the blockchain to avoid the fake monetary system that we live in now.
Trying to go public, it's an easier process.
More transparent, less cost, and you don't have to deal with the public markets later on, the shorting and all that sort of stuff. That's really why. I mean, most of my career has been taking companies public, as well as Matt, and this is a far better way to go about it.
And once again, the Grow Estate token will be just one of the projects, one of the tokens that is operating on the Trusted Smart Chain.
Transparent.
I just want to hear these
more
three.
transparent.
I want to hear these three things again, Mims, and then I want you to Mims it just in case people are playing catch up here with how revolutionary this is. So why a business would tokenize? Here we go.
Process.
More transparent, less cost, and you don't have to deal with the public markets later on, the shorting and all that sort of stuff.
So transparency, lower fees, and then also, like we talked about, not being inside of the fake financial system where you have dark pools where they just create stocks out of thin air, where you got, these big hedge funds shorting your stock with, again, stock they just made out of thin air. So Mims, this truly to me is going to be part of the financial reset you were talking about with gold, but now we're going to be able to actually make sure and verify something is real. So I love this trust and transparency that we have when it comes to the blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to get people to understand. The blockchain is revolutionizing every area of human activity. And the thing about it is that you have an opportunity to capitalize because you're at the beginning of that transition. And then there are certain platforms that are facilitating that transition, and we're aware about them. And then we're actually, participating and benefiting from those platforms. And so, businesses, entities, individuals, they're going to want to tokenize because everything is getting tokenized. Everything will be tokenized onto the blockchain, right? And so when you can find those opportunities, when you can find those platforms, when you can find those companies that are facilitating that, and you're finding it while it's at the beginning, while it's undervalued, while a lot of people don't know about it, it is going to be a massive opportunity for you to create lifestyle, to have time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom. That's what it's about. And so, what you heard was, why why a business owner would want to tokenize to get rid of some of that red tape, make it easier to raise capital, the cost, to be able to do that. And, eliminate a lot of the rigging, manipulation, hypothecation, and things that take place in the traditional system. That's how powerful the blockchain is, the democratization, the fractionalization, decentralization, and then that opening up to the masses of people. But you don't know what you don't know, and you won't know unless somebody tells you. And so this is why we're letting people know, and we're screaming from the rooftops, you need to take a look at what T7X's platform is doing. You need to look at these projects in the blockchain space that we're talking about, because they are facilitating the transition and the tokenization of real world assets, which is a $1.64 quadrillion market, right? So this is the time, folks. You want to get in early, and you want to make sure, that you're continuing to get educated and get in position.
And so again, you guys have to understand, this is the first blockchain that's going to have a universal framework for this, right? So the companies and investors and institutions, that business that you just saw where Nick's talking about, they are going to raise capital using the blockchain. All right. And then when they pay out their dividends, they're going to be using the blockchain as well. Now, wouldn't you want to be in that framework, own the actual rails when money is going in and money is going out? So instead of just buying tokens, when you're operating a node, and I mean like a real node, I don't mean an NFT that just gives you some tokens. I mean a real node and a decentralized network on a real layer one that allows you to earn daily digital rewards. You buy one time at the beginning of this revolutionary period in financial history, and you're able to get those rewards every single day. So you don't have to try to time the market. The market comes to you because now you own the infrastructure.
Yeah. I love one thing I love about nodes, servers, software, miners, rigs, and all this stuff that, when you're participating in the blockchain, I'd rather get paid in crypto than buy crypto. If I
Boom.
can own something and it's going to pay me for life, I'm going to receive this reward of this digital asset for life. That's a no-brainer to me, And so, this is why we get excited when we find, real opportunities this early in the blockchain space that's dealing with, nodes and servers where we can start to receive these rewards daily. And it's at the beginning, and we're able to accumulate a lot of these digital assets. And as the platform grows and ecosystem expands, those digital assets are worth a lot of value to us.
Yeah, guys, like Ricardo told this story forever. Our Gala nodes, we paid $7,000 for. We've pulled out well over six figures from them. And guess what happened today, Mims?
What happened today, Mike?
I got paid for my Gala node once again.
Every single day, like clockwork.
2021.
That's right.
I daily digital rewards in Gala node or Gala token. And I can sell them whenever I want. And so Trusted Smart Chain is launching March 29th, the Genesis block. The first tokens will be created. The most lucrative time in the history of the blockchain, where you can get the most tokens every single day, will be March 29th. So again, that's why we said there's only 10 days to get positioned. So can't say we didn't try to tell you. We've been trying to tell you for a few months here. But again, there's a scarcity and early mover advantage. The early bird gets the worm. The nodes are limited. The price will only go up in the future. So if you want to be part of the decentralized revolution when it comes to real world assets, and we're going to get in here talking about these big institutions buying this up, now is the time. If you are sleeping, you're going to be losing. That's what it comes down to. All right, you guys know what a node is. All right, so last one, guys. Imagine owning a piece of the internet before the dot-com boom. That's the opportunity in front of you right now when it comes here. So get back with whoever shared this with you or reach out to Ricardo and I. We will get you set up. But again, March 29th, there's also a special going on right now. Buy 3 nodes and get 1 free. That will end March 29th as well. So you want to get positioned early when it comes to something like this. Sadly, 80% of you will join us once the nodes are minting tokens, once the price starts to increase. But we're trying to get you guys to see the vision here long term and get positioned early. When would you have started mining Bitcoin? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Yeah. When would you have purchased Ethereum? When would you have purchased XRP? Right? As soon as possible.
Yep.
Got to get positioned, guys.
Yep. Yeah. You definitely want to at least get a minimum 1 node. You want to start receiving something, and day 1, obviously that's when the best benefit for those nodes that are online. The number that it is, they're gonna divide up those 7,191 coins every single day. As time goes on, more nodes are activated, and it's distributed amongst the active node holders. But the day 1 node holders are always going to receive the most, because later on there's going to be more node holders to divide up the 7,191 coins or so that are distributed a day. Look, we're in position. Like what they say, you can lead the camel to the water, can't make them drink it. We can show you, these assets and these platforms that are going to be
Might be
was
me.
that?
Fine. I froze. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, these platforms and opportunity, they're going to have massive value. But it's up to you to take action. Nobody can do it for you, and it's applied knowledge that's power.
So let's get into, yeah, guys, Trusted Smart Chain, you got 10 days, buy 3, get 1 free, ends, reach out to us, get positioned, get educated. You can market it for free too, guys. Even if you're like, oh, I don't have any money, you can market it for free and get paid. $0 to join. There's no monthly. There's nothing like that. Okay.
Right.
So if you guys want to be in the digital revolution, anybody can do it. So there's literally no excuses. But again, guys, just to document this, because we've been talking about this for 5 years now, gold is at a $20 trillion market cap, over $3,000. And again, guys, as great as gold is, I'm not telling you to go and buy gold right now. You should have been buying it when we told you to buy it for the last 5 years, when it was below 2,000. Silver is the most undervalued asset on the planet.
Yeah.
I think we've literally said that every week we've ever done a live for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Silver still under $2 trillion market cap at 34.61, which is silver's about to break out, guys. Like it's got to happen. 34 was supposed to be a big marker. So again, Mims,
Yeah.
go ahead and just say what we tell them every week.
Yeah, and in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, we probably see silver overtake Apple, and come in number. Well, not I was gonna say Apple. I was gonna say Alphabet,
Easily
which is
Google.
Google. That's how I was gonna. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Google's going down, and probably Amazon.
Google, Amazon, and then the next in line will be Nvidia. But especially if we see silver hit all-time highs. So if we see silver hit about 50, you might as well say that's close to a 4 trillion. At 50, not too far off, maybe, but yeah, I mean, and we're going to see silver. And like I've been calling silver all-time highs in 2025. I've been saying since 2024 and 2025 that we're going to see silver break above $50 an ounce. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year if we see triple digits, but definitely over 50 this year. So at 50 an ounce, we're probably overtaking Microsoft, might be number 3. I could see that, without a doubt. But massively undervalued. I mean, gold is stored, it's in jewelry, silver's trashed, there isn't enough of it. The demand is increasing, ever increasing for solar panels, solid state batteries, AI, robotics. You hear Trump talk about the energy, that we need for AI. We need twice as much energy that we're producing today. You hear Elon Musk talking about the chips and how right now everything's coming out of Taiwan, 100% coming out of Taiwan. We got a chip factory being here built in the U.S., but I mean, all this stuff needs silver. It's the most, it's the best electrically conductive metal.
Yep.
Okay, it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal, antivirus, used in space equipment. I mean, folks, silver is an industrial metal. The military demand for silver alone, will strip the supply, especially in the wartime like we're in right now. Okay. And then let alone the industrial demand, stripping the available supply as well. And, just the rigging and manipulation that has been happening for decades for silver is just mind blowing. I'm ideally, silver really should be on a 1-to-1 ratio with gold.
Yep.
That's how bad it is. People just have no idea what they have been doing and getting away with for so long. But silver, once again, the most undervalued physical asset on the planet. And, we have the best physical and blockchain-based digital platforms to get, gold and silver.
Yeah, guys, we're none of these businesses in the top 10, none of these assets could exist without silver. I guess technically gold did. But other than that, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Google, Vanguard, oil, and Bitcoin could not be in existence without silver.
Yeah.
So again, reach out to us. We have the best prices, and it's not even close. We prove that almost every single night. All right, so let's get into the real alpha. This is what the last month of crypto looks like. A brand new coin called IP. I haven't researched that one. Went up 214%. Other than that, though, it's down, 30, 20%. And like we've been telling you guys, to me, this is the biggest shakeout in history because they don't want you like Ondo. Are you kidding me? Ondo at 83 cents. This is a great RWA play. XDC down back to 6 cents. Hype all the way down to 13, 19. I mean, this thing was like almost $30 a month ago. It was at 26. So again, what is actually going on? Because again, we always talk about this, guys. Do not look at the price. Do not look at the price. In fact, you probably want to do the opposite of what the price is doing. So if the price is going up, you probably want to be selling. And if it's going down, you want to be buying. So we're going to show you in the next probably 15 minutes, 10 reasons that you should get excited and educated when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain. Because this just blew me away. All right, here we go.
As we just heard from David Sachs, the Treasury is going to play a huge role in the future of cryptocurrency in America. But that's just one piece of the bigger economic picture. There's so many other components to consider. So how does it all fit together? Well, fortunately, joining us next is Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and he's keeping track of all of it. He joins me now. Secretary Bessent, thank you so much. Look, I think...
Just so we're clear here, guys, this is the Treasury Secretary on Fox News talking about blockchain and cryptocurrency. We could have hardly even imagined this, well, even a year ago when we had the old administration in there, but much less when we started in 2017. I never thought this day would come, and now it's here, and people want to act like this isn't a huge deal.
People are getting into cryptocurrency in a very big way. It seems like it's something that's here to stay. So from your perspective as Treasury Secretary, how does it fit into the overall U.S. economy, and where does the government stand on regulations?
Good. Well, thanks for having me on the show. And as I think this administration has made abundantly clear, digital assets are here to stay, and we are going to make the U.S. the digital asset hub of the world.
Like, how are you bearish right now? Not you specifically, Men's, but how could people be bearish? The Treasury Secretary is digital assets are here to stay. And America will be the crypto capital of the world.
It's coming down to the codification of terminology. You see, she talked about crypto. He talked about digital assets. I say use the term blockchain. So the reason the people have to look at this with a new lens. They're looking at it with the old lens of the preconceived notions based on the term and what they've experienced. But no, the world is seeing this space in a new light, and it's a digital asset, and it's on the blockchain. Forget the word crypto. That might be better for people. But if you hear what he said he didn't repeat what Trump said. Trump didn't say, I'm going to make this the digital asset, America, the digital asset, for America. No, Trump said crypto. But you see, he used the correct terminology. He said digital asset. It's not by accident. So you got to pay attention and read between the lines when you're really listening and seeing where they're going. But yeah, 100%, this is absolute confirmation of where this is going. And that's why we talk about buying the tech, not the hype, hope, and speculation.
That's why we call them MEMS, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, as I think this administration has made abundantly clear, digital assets are here to stay, and we are going to make the U.S. the digital asset hub of the world. For the past 4 years, the crypto community, digital assets, the administration retarded their growth, and we are set to accelerate that through a positive partnership and through smart regulation. Senate and House are both pushing through very sound, safe bills to bring crypto and digital assets onshore in the U.S. and to make sure that the U.S. is both the financial and the technological leader.
Yeah, so this is how we're going to get the debt under control. America is in debt, but he said partnership. We're partnering with these companies. That's why a lot of people might know about XRP and the escrowed, and they're sitting down with Trump and Trump World Liberty Financial, and they're buying cryptos, and so there's a lot of big moves being made in the background to, quote, make America great again, utilizing these digital assets, utilizing AI. And this is why we tell people to get into the real blockchains, get into the real utility projects. This is why we started off talking about RWAs, real world assets. this is what got me excited about crypto. I was always big on silver and gold. Crypto came on the scene, and then I was like, well, what's backing it? And there's a debate. You don't need nothing backing it, and to a degree, you don't. And then you have, well, what happens when you do back it? To me, it just added more value. And then I was like, okay, gold-backed crypto made absolute sense to me. It was brilliant because I understood the digital aspects and the benefits of the digital aspects and tying that to the physical. Well, when I look at real world assets now, RWAs, and you're talking about the fractionalization of real estate, when you're talking about, decentralization and people being able to participate in the real world assets where they couldn't have before, because of the old financial system blocking people and locking people out, not giving them access. So, this is the time. This is what I've been looking for. This is what I understood as the major benefit to blockchain, to crypto when you tie it to real world assets. So we're definitely, pumped up and excited about where this is going, and we're seeing more and more confirmation that we're in the right assets and in the right space.
100%. Guys, we're just getting started. Like this, there's so much positive news right now. It blows my mind that people are like just leaving crypto in droves right now. They're going to be coming back, but I didn't even know we had an executive director on digital assets, but apparently we do. He talked about ways of acquiring more Bitcoin in budget neutral ways. So again, there is a executive director on digital assets, and have a bearish mindset.
Well, we delivered on the president's promises that he made on the campaign trail. The president was adamant about creating the SBR. We wanted to make sure that we did it right in a way that respected Bitcoin for being so unique, and also gave credence to innovation in other spaces of the digital asset world. So, for us here, we look at Bitcoin, it's not a security, it's a commodity. It has intrinsic stored value that's traditionally accepted. It has, as David likes to describe, the immaculate conception. There's no issuer. And that's why, as you saw in the executive order, we compared this to digital gold. It's something that's imperative for the United States to have, retain, continue to build on. And I think that's worth pointing out that the way that this is constructed, we talked about ways of acquiring more Bitcoin in budget neutral ways that won't cost the taxpayer a dime. And what I like to say about this president, I think it's high time that our president started accumulating assets for the American people, which is what President Trump is doing, rather than taking it away. And I think that's one thing that we really wanted to make clear in this executive order, and we're looking forward to working with our partners at Treasury and the Secretary of Commerce in order to find those budget neutral ways in which we can acquire more. I've been asked all the time, it's like, how much do you want? And I said, well, that's like asking a country, how much gold do you want, right? I mean, as much as we can get.
Bro, how are people bullish right now? Like,
Bearish.
or I'm sorry, bearish.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. These digital assets have a community. That community has a vote. They have power. They have influence. And like you said, Trump is going to promise. On his campaign, he made promises in regards to the Bitcoin community because you don't have no loyalty to technology and code. But what they're saying is, look, these assets will be used to benefit the American people. And instead of retarding the growth, like Bess has said, we're going to accelerate the expansion and growth of this. And this is going to take us into a new golden era, as Trump says, so whether we're talking about gold or the digital form of gold, but it's the technology, it's the real world assets, it's the evolution of money. And once again, that being opened up to the masses of people, and this administration constantly making you aware that this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. It's up to you to get educated. It's up to you to buy the assets. It's up to you to follow the money and put yourself in position, because they're not going to do it for you. You got to do it for yourself.
This was 15 hours ago, guys. I don't. If you go to online, a lot of people like post stuff from like 3 months ago. Crypto companies are seeking to become national banks under this administration. That is from Reuters. Okay, not some like crypto bro in his basement. That is from Reuters.
Yeah.
All right. I know Mims is going to love this one. 18 XRP ETF filings have now been submitted to the SEC. Grayscale, 21 shares, Coin Shares, Van Eck, Fidelity, Arc, Galaxy Digital, like Franklin Templeton. This is what we've been waiting for. And the fact that crypto is on sale right now, like this is when you guys need to be paying attention and getting educated in this space, because I'm telling you, these prices right now, we're going to laugh at one day. We're going to be like, Mims, remember when you could buy XRP for $2? Like, why don't we buy more of it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was just before the year started, it was under, it was about
40 cents.
Yeah, about 50 cents. So, you know, XRP, this is why, you know, we talk about, you know, getting educated, because the ledger, you know, people, when you see them talking about ETFs for XRP, what you really want to do is you want to figure out what's on the XRP ledger, because that's what's going to benefit massively from the money and activity and volume that goes on in XRP. XRP is the gas fee, it's, you know, but it's the ledger, you know, it's RLUSD, it's the meme coins that you know, that are undervalued on the ledger, because the banks, institutions, they're going to want to leverage and trade those meme coins as well. You know, shout out to Drop, you know, top meme coin on XRP ledger.
Yep.
You know, we talk about one of the top RWA real world asset plays on the ledger, which is Corium and also Sologenic.
Yep.
You know, these are the, if you know, you find XRP undervalued, the projects on the ledger are even more undervalued.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Like, you know, you can buy XRP if you want, but Ricardo and I are down about 3 or 4. We're playing 5D chess on the DeFi and getting into the ecosystems, because those ones can go up even more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's all about getting into the ledger. If you're bullish on XRP, you really need to be bullish on the ledger. Get inside the ledger, you know, get decentralized using the right wallets and looking at the projects on the ledger that are undervalued, that are just going to massively explode because of you know, all this activity that's coming. But yeah, folks, this is it's the greatest time to be alive and create massive wealth. You know, right now these digital assets are down, and that's just because, you know, of the traditional financial system is collapsing. You know, and there's a lot of financial and global uncertainty. So this is a reset. And what happens when you reset anything? Everything shuts down, and then it boots back up and gets revalued, right? So that's what we're seeing. While things are shutting down, the value is being built in so it can reboot up to all-time highs.
Yeah. So huge news today. Ondo, the biggest RWA play in the space, partners with XRP. This is claiming it's XRP's biggest partnership in history.
This week, Ondo Finance announced they are launching tokenized treasury bills on the XRP ledger. This, to me, is the biggest storyline for Ripple that has happened here, I think, in the last several years. This is literally them gearing up and jockeying for position in the $11 trillion asset industry, which is tokenization, guys. This week,
$11 trillion industry of tokenization, Ondo Finance with XRP. I think that was, no, one more, Mims. Let's get our XRP in now. 14 hours ago, guys, this just happened today. Coinbase has added over 300 million XRP to its reserve wallet. Now, if we're getting ready to go into a bear market and everyone's freaking out thinking everything's going to keep crashing, why would Coinbase add 300 million XRP? Just follow the money, guys. Okay? Look at what's going on.
Yeah, and understand something. When you hear XRP, you know, it's Ripple essentially, which is the biggest, you know, platform, you know, to drive value to the XRP coin, right? But and in the XRP ledger, but nothing moves on the XRP ledger without obviously XRP, and then Ripple being that entity, that regulated, trusted entity, and with that, you know, Ondo partnering with them, and then you're having the ability for RLUSD which is the real dollar, the stable coin, okay, backed by treasuries, backed by assets, you know, to substantiate its value. And then you know, this is why they're grabbing up these digital these are digital assets. They're assets. Every single coin is an asset. And right now they're massively undervalued because a lot of this news that we talked about is just in the US, but Asia, Japan, they've been on XRP for the longest. They've been, you know, the other countries have been, you know, buying, holding XRP for the long. They know what XRP is. You know, they know what these assets are. The institutions around the world that Ripple's partnered with, you know, people have been buying the whole time, and so there's just going to be a massive wealth transfer that's going to take us to the moon, take us to Mars, because that type of wealth is really going to be created to where we can actually finally innovate to that new dimension of you know, space.
Well, yeah, bro, I think we're going to Jupiter now. Forget the moon, forget Mars. We're going to Jupiter. I'm going to show you guys here 3 headlines from today. First of all, Michael Saylor is he does this whole thing of borrowing shares in Bitcoin and strategy to issue 5 million stocks to raise funds to buy more Bitcoin. This guy's buying Bitcoin like every other week. Okay. Then you have Fidelity Investments, guys. One of the top 10 institutions when it comes to stocks, just bought $127 million worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Today, spot ETFs bought 274 million of Bitcoin yesterday, the highest in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Does anyone here think they know more than BlackRock, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton? If they said we're going to buy $274 million today, the most it's been in 6 weeks, you might want to pay attention. You might not want to.
And you
might look at these low prices as an opportunity not to stop talking or learning and getting educated about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, XRP. BlackRock is buying 40 million. Fidelity, ARK. And again, guys, this is what we love about crypto, right? These are real wallets that you can see how much they own, where they are buying. So this is Fidelity. That one's Fidelity. This one is ARK. So you can see it from Coinbase, from the other things. I know it's hard to see probably on the screen, but trust me, this is what we love why we love the blockchain, because this is showing all their different wallets, where it's coming from, and where it's going. So, I mean, just right there alone, just in the last 10 minutes of this podcast, you should be opening up your phone, getting educated, doing research, and getting excited about what is about to come.
Yeah, and you pull that screen back up. But
with the blockchain?
Well, just pull up the X account because there was something on the side people need to notice. So what was that previous post you oh, okay, I know what I was going to say in regards to that. So gotta understand the dollar's in crisis. Okay, these assets are rising and they're buying this as a hedge against the dollar. The fiat system is collapsing right before our eyes. So the dollar's in crisis. So that's why we're seeing gold go to all-time high. The dollar's in crisis. That's why we're seeing a demand for digital assets. Okay, and you're going to see more buying of these digital assets, especially as the Federal Reserve cuts rates, as they print more money, devaluing the currency, bringing in more liquidity, bringing in more debt. You're going to see these assets continue to take off. But if you before you get to this, close X that out real quick, that big side. If you see on the right-hand side, go right there. You see on the right-hand side, it says Israel breaks ceasefire. War and it says probably war in the Middle East or whatever it is. So what we're seeing is events that are accelerating. Okay, this transition. Okay, we're seeing events that are accelerating the growth and the movement of money into these assets as there's uncertainty in the traditional financial system, and as people look for the way out and the way into the new financial system. So this is a trend. And when you're looking at the blockchain and you see, the graph that that he showed earlier, I want you to look at that like the universe, a galaxy, or everything is being built right now. This is a whole nother universe, a whole nother galaxy, and you need to make sure that you own some systems, some planets, some stars, some moons, and that's different digital assets. When you look at the universe, there's different galaxies, and different planets. And, when you're looking at the blockchain, and there's different blockchains, and there's different layers to the blockchain, and there's different, use cases and utilities. And so, everything that's above is below, and below is above, and so this is the thing where technology is advancing, and it's the evolution. And unfortunately, there aren't enough people evolving fast enough with it, and they're going to get left behind. But we're going to keep telling you guys what you need to do to stay ahead and put yourself in a better position for the new financial system, the new universe that's being made right now.
Bro, I'm just speechless. Like, and this is why it's so important, guys, to get educated in this space.
Yeah.
Because there's so much junk out there. But again, everything we talked about happened like in the last 48 hours. So again, you never look at the price to deter, especially don't look at the price in dollars, right? You don't measure your wealth in dollars. How many times do we have to say this? So if an asset goes down in dollars, that's a good thing. That's why you have to buy it. I think people, Ricardo, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think people underestimate the whole thing of mindset and education when it comes to this. Okay. If you try to measure your wealth in dollars, you're going to lose. So again, if you love an asset and you believe it will be worth more in the future and it's digital scarcity, you should be happy when the price goes down. I'm happy on red days because I can buy. I'm happy on green days because I can sell. If you don't have that mindset, you will struggle in this space.
Yeah.
So you have to get educated and you have to know how to move in this space because, a lot of people don't know how to do it, but it will be like using the internet or YouTube or an email in the next 10 years. It will be something you will have to do to even like exist in this world. People will laugh at credit cards and be like, why are you going to use a credit card and give your money to a bank? Why am I going to use a worthless piece of paper that they create out of thin air to save my money and go to work and get paid in a fake paper monopoly money? Like, we'll laugh at these times of this old financial system that it's so obvious. It's a fake Fugazi and it's time to move on to the next digital and real world physical assets, Mims. Fire show, brother. Fire show.
Yeah.
Last words tonight, man. Take us home.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the problem is that most people don't realize that we're an extinction level event moment in history. Like this is, and I've said it multiple times, but this is something that the time period that we're living in will be talked about, studied, and debated for centuries to come.
Yep.
This is an extinction level event because of what's going to happen as war continues, what's going to happen as the debt bubble collapses. Because when you look at the human population growth, it's direct correlated with the debt level growth, and as that debt bubble collapses, you're going to see, a lot of people, unfortunately, you just won't be able to survive it. And then the thing is when I say extinction level event, the time period that we're in is so unique. We don't have that much time. People think, they have a normalcy bias. They don't understand. They think this is optional.
Yep.
This is not really an optional thing. That's how critical this moment is in history, and people don't really realize, what it is. Some people understand it as biblical times, but they don't really realize that there are certain things you have to do, you need to do right now, or you're going to go like the dinosaurs. This the moment we're in is like maybe when the asteroid hit the planet, if that was the case, and killed the dinosaurs, but the turtle's still here. There's certain reptiles or whatever. There's certain what is it? A turtle and what else? There's one more I always remember that survived since the dinosaur age, right? or whatever have you for thousands of hundreds of millions, whatever. But this is that, if you want to be that, if you want to continue to exist and thrive and have a lifestyle, on this planet, you have to accumulate assets right now. You have to accumulate real money, digital assets, physical money, God's money. You got to do something. But if you're just waiting on somebody to come save you and you just holding on to dollars, you're not gonna make it.
They call it the Great Reset for a reason, guys, right? It's going to be the golden age for a reason. So you want to get educated, you want to take action, you want to get out of the fake Fugazi system that the reptiles have set up for us. And that might have been the other reptiles.
Yeah, it's crazy, folks. But we fired up and excited as always because we know that we're in position, and we're going to make sure that we continue to get educated and position ourselves the best way for, what's to come. And the best way you can do that is by staying educated, by staying informed, by staying updated, by being aware of what's going on, so you can do the things that you need to do to hedge against the things and the potential circumstances and reality that you might face as time goes on.
It's prophecy. It's 11/11. We're calling it.